Hey everyone, it's a pleasure to bring you this week's video, Winter Park, and I have to shout out my old disc golf coworker Zephyr. He told me about this course almost 10 years back, piquing my interest to come up here. Now, I didn't know exactly where I was going, so not all the holes are 100% accurate, but it should give you an idea as to what you're in for if you make the trip up. With that, enjoy the video. With hole 1 being so short and open, this would be a good time to mention bringing up a buddy instead of playing this course solo. There are a bunch of thick wooded areas that if your disc kicks off a tree, it's going to find its way into some pretty thick stuff. Always helpful to have another pair of eyes on where it goes. Very similar shot to hole 1, although it's a little more uphill. Hole 2 plays as a consistent hyzer up the hill. Finding hole 3, you want to go into the woods on the right hand side. You should be able to find it. And right away on hole 3 is example A as to why you should probably have somebody else with you. Look at the trees. If it goes off the fairway in any direction, it's not going to be the easiest trying to dig it out of there. Once you put out, hole 4 pops back up into that main cutout area on the left. Four is a sweeping hyzer all the way up the hill, which is best played as a 2-shot hole, just so that you don't overpower it and get into trouble on either side. And hole 5 being another right-hand backhand up the hill. You know, whoever designed this course must be a righty. They really favor those backhands for the first few. I'm guessing it's actually an auxiliary path for the ski hill. And even though the hole ends to the right on hole 6, it doesn't really present itself a pure forehand line unless you have a flex forehand. So this would be another good hole for the right hand backhand players to just play out, 60-70 feet left of the basket with a backhand and then working your way in for an easy par. And we go past hole 7's tee on the way to hole 6's basket, so just come back down the fairway and it's on the right hand side. Hole 7, I kind of jump start this one a little bit too early, so give me a second to back up. This is a really fun tunnel shot hole, really challenging, and a great change of pace compared to all of those uphill shots that you start out with. And if you thought the gap was tight on hole 7, good luck navigating the gap on hole 8. It's a little bit shorter of a hole, however, so easier to recover if you kick off a tree and find yourself outside the fairway. Well, as far as I know, there are 21 holes to this course. I will cover all of them for you. This is the first time you can branch off from the normal 18, playing hole 8A. Down this path, just be very, very careful approaching the basket. You can see in the video, it drops off real quick just past the basket. Although 8B looks like a very daunting hole, if you're able to get this down the middle, it does set up as a fair playable hole with either a forehand or backhand. Transition to 8C is a little bit longer. Take a left and it's up and around the hill a little bit. There should be signs directing you where to go. C and D, even though they're the furthest off the beaten path, present probably the most unique set of challenges and tournament style play that you'll find at this course. For sake of ease, I marked hole 8D as a par 3, while this is probably more naturally going to be a par 4. Just a great hole all the way around. Presents a decent tee shot that you want to end up onto the left hand side hill and then navigate your way down towards the basket area. Hole 8E I found to be a little bit of a poke and hope hole going through the woods, and once you get done putting out, there's a little bit of a transition back to where hole 8's basket is to find hole 9's tee pad. Back with our regular course, it looks like they were in the process of clearing this one out as I was filming it, so it probably looks a little bit different today than it does in the film. But hole 9 plays as a forehand shot predominantly. And don't forget to play hole 9F, which is also in that opening around hole 6's basket. "9F is an all-around really fun hole, having to miss that lift off the tee to an opening, then a funneling tree area as you get closer to the basket. Just a well thought out hole and a really sweet addition. Hole 10, over to the left hand side when you're done. This won't be your only opportunity to take in the view, but I would suggest just hanging out for a second. Kick back, take in the sights, and enjoy this beautiful hole. I'm not too sure what this tubing is down the left hand side, but if you wanted to give yourself a challenge, kind of just envision that as out of bounds to make it a little bit more challenging. You probably don't want to go down over that left side cliff area anyways, but it's just a nice 200-foot downhill throw with the basket over on the right. Hole 12. For a right-handed player, don't be deceived by the left to right flowing shot. You don't want to throw a forehand because it could hit that early tree on the left. I would suggest going with the backhand anhyzer, making sure to get at least 70-80 feet down the fairway without even contesting a tree, continuing that path up towards the basket. 13 is a quick dogleg to the right-hand side with a potential river there in the summertime. Really just a throw it down and hope something good happens. Wouldn't even be too egregious of a concept to just play into the first flat area up to the basket for a 3 if there's water and you're worried about losing a disc. Getting to 13G from hole 13, continue past the basket when you putt out, and it's up a hill to the left. Use this video as a reference to kind of get your bearings straight. And be careful because past the basket on the left side there is private property. So this one, it took a little while to even find where this hole was, Walking down the fairway, I came across hole I before H and didn't really even know I had to bring up the map. So it kind of just plays down what would be the fairway, and I overshoot it with the drone, as you can see. But it takes a hard dogleg left and goes way freaking up the hill. And I wasn't even going to test flying the drone up there. So good luck navigating your way up there with a disc. But I'm sure it's possible, otherwise they wouldn't have put a basket there. I is another hole you'll have to contest with some water in the summertime, although I'm sure it's really relaxing if there would be running water going through this area. Once you do manage to get to this basket and putt out, head back from where you came over to the left hand side and you should be able to find the tee pad for 14. You're going back up the hill. Hope you don't have PTSD from the first 6 holes, because here comes another one. Just pump something with as much power to get up there, and a tree kick left would be disastrous. For hole 15, go back to the beginning of the video and see the decommissioned hole. I don't even know if they play this hole or not anymore, but you could throw a big shot all the way down the hill. Now where they have it, and I won't fly in too close, you can get there by taking a forehand out to the left hand side and then crashing in at the end. But the course got a little bit difficult to navigate for the last few, and you'll see with the upcoming holes as well. 16 being another one. It took a while to find the basket in the trees, but the tee pad is actually just a little bit further past where 15's basket is in this video. And it's not really cut out too well. I think they actually put 16 in a different location for the summer. So something to check on DGcoursereview for. 17 is another hole that on DGcoursereview the map is a little bit different than what the video shows. However, there is a T sign out by the road there, and actually a really fun hole. I don't think anyone's going to mind you playing it this way. Hole 18 plays over a water reservoir. I've read posts online about not going in there to retrieve your disc. Not sure if it's a bacteria thing or a nature preserve thing, but either throw it far enough over where you know you're not going to go in, or don't even play this hole for risk of losing a disc and being considerate. And that is your winter park. You guys do good work up there. Be well. Remember to always throw them straight.